Alright, well, I'm here. I finally made it. I drove 5 hours, but unfortunately I'm getting to the trailhead right about dusk. But that's where I'm headed tonight. This is a great place to start. As I was coming over, there was lots of snow, so I was a little bit worried it was going to be all snowed in down here and a little too wet, but you know, I'm prepped for the snow, but to begin with, it's a bit harsh. But this is kind of cool. I get to actually start off, you know, warmer. It's 44 degrees right now, according to my car. It'll definitely get below freezing tonight, I think. But yeah, this should be fun. I probably will do about 2 hours of hiking tonight. And I got my headlamp, obviously. But I got these extra dedicated batteries for it. So we'll see. Sorry I had to shift. But yeah, this should be fun. In fact, I think this is it. This is my ending. Cool. Well, I'll see you guys on the road. Well, I just finished the first night. First night in the woods. It kind of sucked because, you know, I got here at 7:30-ish, 7:30, and so I hit the trail at about 8. And I had to hike in about 2 hours. Yeah, it was about 9:45 when I started setting up camp. I got lucky because there are basically no trees, but there's you can hear the river in the background. There are basically 2 trees here, and face itches. 2 redwoods just out of the middle of nowhere. So I got lucky. I'm really low. I'm at like 4,000 feet, and it seems more like San Francisco area. But this campsite I have is pretty great. It's right next to the water. 2 really nice trees. And I'm testing out all my new gear right now, and I'm in my new hammock, and everything is working. I think tomorrow morning I'll explain everything more, because I got a whole bunch more gear. But for now, I'm going to go and try to get some sleep, but it's 11 o'clock, and we'll see. Good night. Well, it's officially the first morning. You can see the stream that I'm right next. And there's the smoke. This is my fire down there. And then if you see off in the distance, you can, I guess you can't see it in the video, but there's the mountains over there with the snow on it. And you can see I'm kind of at a lower altitude here. Yeah. There's a redwood right here. And this is my hammock. Full-length underquilt. This is new. And I got my down pants on, which are new. Keep me plenty warm. It's only about 40 though. But big day ahead of me. But great place to wake up, and hopefully I'll just be eating breakfast in about 5 minutes here. So this is the morning. The next morning I wake up and I realize that I'm right next to the waterfall. That's the main river, and then this is the waterfall up here. And then you can see the stream, and then up there is my hammock. And there's another part of the waterfall. This is just a great spot to sleep. And I doubt very many other campers have been here, because it's only really acceptable if you have a hammock. So that works. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but I'm about 4,500 feet, and that's snow. And that's, I would say, roughly 3,000 feet away. So imagine I'll start running into it anytime soon now. Well, it's about 10 a.m. and I'm at this really beautiful stream. This is nice. I'll probably stop here for a little bit and get some water. Take my pack off here. Just bumped into some trail runners down there. I've been lapping them here and back and forth. And, well, unfortunately it looks like it's gonna rain. So, that's no fun. But, at least it looks like it's gonna rain at about 5 p.m. So I figure I can get over top. Let me turn the camera around. Actually, screw it. So it looks like I can get over the top. Well, it looks like I could probably get just short of the top. So if I go around and the rain hits, then I can set up camp just south of the summit of the pass. And if I do that, then the next morning I can get up, maybe sleep in a little bit, and then go over the pass, and then get back down to the other side of the mountain, maybe get some breakfast or lunch. There's a little town down there, so that should be fun. We'll see. It's only 10 a.m. right now, 9:45, something like that, so I got plenty of time. All right. All right, pretty sweet. So it's about 11. I'm just about to take my break here. This is amazing. Beautiful creek here, river. Just absolutely gorgeous. I don't think there are any fish in it. I haven't seen any, but there might be. But it's just absolutely beautiful here. And I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna chill out for a bit and get some lunch. This is an absolutely beautiful spot. Good Lord. This is why I come out. Chill out places like this. But it was I hiked about 3 hours this morning already, so it's gonna rain at 5. So I have about that much time to figure out to get over the pass and so forth. Which I think I'd be able to do it. Well, I'm gonna sit down and enjoy my lunch, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, well, it's about 1:30, and I guess I've done about another couple miles, but I'm at another river. This is amazingly gorgeous here. Look at that. There's a nice bridge. Yeah, I mean, I definitely couldn't cross this without the bridge, but you know, absolutely gorgeous. Really pretty. Look at this. Bridge is all messed up here. That's great. This, if you look at this must have massive volume. I mean, this is spring, so the volume was probably up there before, and I imagine it's like maybe a third of the normal volume. I mean, look at it done in the past. It's actually, there's been so much water that's actually bent this railing. That's just insane. That's crazy. Bent both sides, actually. Wow. The trees here are just massive. It's just insane to look at these guys and then realize how long, especially when you realize how long they've been around here for. You know, that guy's probably here for 1,000 years or so. 500 to 1,000. And he'll be here. He's going to be here way after I'm gone. That just is mind-boggling. This is one of the things that you're never really going to appreciate backpacking on the East Coast. Because, you know, you're just in the wilderness and you come across this monster, just absolutely mammoth tree. I mean, you can sit in there. I mean, I can literally just walk in this tree and sit in it. It's sequoia. I mean, here, we'll do it. We're gonna go in, and we're gonna go. The snow is still here, and so I'm getting up higher, which is kind of nice. But I think I'm gonna, when I get to my camp, I don't think I'm necessarily gonna depend on a stream. I think I'm just gonna melt snow. This is plenty. I'll just filter it out. But look at this big boy. God, this guy is just massive. I mean, there's a lot of them here that are like this. But, you know, if you take it into consideration how long this thing has been here, and you can just walk right into it. I mean, we're literally inside of it now. You can see all the burn, you know, the ash from fires. These guys can go through hundreds of fires in their lifetime. Blazing fires, and they're totally fine. I don't know what that junk is, but but this thing is just massive. And we're in Redwood Meadow, so apparently there's a lot of them here. But yeah, I mean, going to Yellowstone is great and so forth, and the East Coast is nice, and Appalachian Trail, but these things are just, they're just really awe-inspiring. More of Redwood Meadow. You can see it becomes kind of flattened through here, and there's another giant sequoia. Look at the size of that thing. I'm not sure why there's so many here. I mean, it's a nice area, but I guess they like it because it's flat, and there's a stream over here, I think, which I think we're going to cross here in just a second. But, yeah, just absolutely gorgeous here. You can see them off in the distance, too. There's one way out there. There's that giant sequoia. I mean, that is 30 feet across, at least. That's probably 25 to 30 feet. I wish Elisa was here. I could tell her to run in front of it. Elisa for scale. There's a fallen one. There's another giant sequoia in the distance. You can see it straight ahead right there. I mean, these things are just massive. I mean, again, that guy's probably been here for 1,000 years or so. I mean, before America existed. We have to take care of this stuff so our kids can see it. Here's a trail junction. I gotta take it to the right. Not going that way, I'm going this way. And then here's why. One of the reasons that the sequoias are here is they got a nice water flow. Although the stream is not flowing, it seems. Oh, that's weird. It is light for water this year. Good God. Look at these. Look at the roots in this tree. Here, I'll walk over to it so you can see. Look at this. Oh, there's potable water right there. I guess that's nice. But, I mean, just, that's part of the redwood. But look at the root system. We're just going to walk into the root system. Yeah, so now we're in the roots of this tree. I mean, it like dwarfs my head. That's interesting. It must have picked up another part of a tree. But, there's some more of that red stuff. Just insane how big these things are. But look, this must be more of a, oh yeah, there's a fire pit. Must be a marked campsite or one for horses because there's potable water right there. I mean, it's kind of cheating, I guess, but whatever. But really nice here. Alright guys, I'm out. Massive trees in this meadow. I mean, we're basically just going to walk right past them. I'm not really going out of the way. There's another giant and more redwoods. But, well, here's another redwood right up here. I mean, all the trees in this park rank up there as the largest trees in the world. I mean, that might be like number 50 in terms of the largest tree in the world. This is why it's called Sequoia National Park, because most of the sequoias live here. And, you know, at various points in time, some of these trees were the largest tree in the world until other trees within the park were discovered. Usually they're marked if that's the case. Look at this one. This guy is he's totally massive, but he's burned up and dead for a long time now. I mean, there's no telling how old he could be because these guys basically don't rot. When they fall to the forest floor, a sequoia basically doesn't rot. And so you could see a sequoia on the forest floor and it could be dead for 1,000 years. And it itself lived 2,000 years itself, so that's 3,000 year old. I mean, it's a 3,000 year old corpse. But still, it's amazing how old this thing is. I mean, I'm only 5 feet from it, so that's like 30 feet wide. And then this guy, he's a big boy. Look at the size of him. Jeez. I mean, Sequoia National Park is just awesome. Look at that one. That one is just really doing really well and healthy. I mean, he's almost perfect. He's not even burned. There's a couple more over there. There's one over there. Good God. There's a few more in the distance that you might not be able to see yet. There's that burned out region of this tree. Most of them have at least some damage. There's more snow over there. There's a lodge. There's a ranger station up there or something. It's probably a horse. Yeah, this looks like where they keep horses to maintain the park. There's more trees. But usually this time of year, if this is a camp, there's no one in it. I didn't know it was here, actually. I guess it was on the map, but I just didn't pay attention. Yeah, it seems like they're keeping horses. You can see where they can mount them. And you can see the fence that they use to keep them in. It'd be cool if they had food here. It'd be awesome if they had like a freaking burrito right now. Or tacos. That'd be great. Big steak. Yeah. So this time of year it's going to be pretty empty here, but in fact I should turn on the GPS to just make sure I know where I am. The trail goes over there. There's their firewood. I think that's what that is. For winter. They can come up here. I mean, I don't really know what this thing is. Sometimes this is a dead one. Look, all the way up there. All the way, you can see it. All the way up. Man. They're just they're everywhere here. Okay, this is Redwood Meadow. Look at that old wheelbarrow. That's cool. Yeah. I guess this is for people that want to rent stock and bring them in. There's an old wheelbarrow. That thing's going to rust out in another 50 years. Huh. I wonder if you can just rent this, and that'd be fun to rent it for a party. Look at this. This is cool. This is the trail junction. Yeah, so I gotta go over Atwell Mill. That's where I'm going. There's also an Atwell Meadow. So I gotta go over this pass. But the cool thing is there's this city down there called Silver City. And Silver City, I think they'll have food. They're at like 8,000 feet and it's April. I don't see why they shouldn't be open. Look, that looks cool. They got an old chair up here. Look at this. Look at that little chair. That's cool. There's firewood over there. But yeah, I guess you can't get this open. Oh, maybe I can take this nail out. I'm just curious. I just want to see what it's like inside. Well, let's go for a little tour. Yeah, you take these nails out. Oh, you have to. There's a little American flag in there. Huh, well, I guess I can't get in. I gotta take the whole thing down. I don't want to do that. That seems like a not cool thing to do. I imagine it's locked even if I did get it open. I think they do the same thing for the doors. Or the windows there. Punched over with those little nails. It's cool. I guess that works. Well, alright. Time to get back on the road, I guess. Remember how I was telling you about how these sequoias fall to the ground and they can stay there for 1,000 years because they don't decay. Well, this is a giant sequoia. It's fallen, and it actually has an entrance, and it's large enough to actually walk in as if it were a cave. I'm not going to go all the way in, but you get the general idea, and you can see down there all the way to the end that there's an opening where the log actually split open. And then there's fires actually down inside the center here. But the sequoias are so resilient that it does, even when they're dead, the fire doesn't really take them out. Mostly rots out the inside, but the outer shell often stays encased. And in fact, at the entrance of this park, they used to keep horses in one of them because it was so massive that they could put like 20 horses in instead of having to build a stable. But this thing is just massive. I mean, even in death, they're magnificent. I wish, imagine you're dead. You've been dead for 1,000 years and people still come to your grave and worship you and tell you how awesome you are. That would be cool. And there's those other two. But it's just amazing. Here's my next stream crossing. You can see it down there and up there. I'm going to, I gotta find the cross where I can cross it. It's really pretty though. I don't really see the trail on the other side, but I'm sure it's there. Let's find it. Well, in order to do this, I gotta turn off the phone. An amazingly obvious way to cross it. I just ended up crossing right here, but that's a pretty big jump, and that rock is a little kind of wet at the top. But I didn't slip. I figured if I did slip, I would just go in. But I was just a little careful. It wasn't too bad. I'm not an idiot. But definitely better than taking off my shoes and making a whole big 20-minute ordeal out of it. This stream is just awesome. Right after the river, I found these guys. These massive behemoths. And they're sitting here, chilling out right next to the trail. But, I mean, this has got to be a great camping site, if you're a camper. I got to push more mileage, so I don't think it would be nice to camp here, but it's only like 3:30, and so at 5 p.m. it's gonna rain, so I got to keep pushing on. But yeah, there's 3 of them. I guess one of their comrades has fallen, or is dead, but the other guys are just doing really well. I mean, this would be a really nice camping spot. But yeah, this place is great. It's cool. Well, this is my break spot. I'm going up and over the mountain. And I was just at the river a few moments ago. About 30 minutes ago, actually. And I've just climbed up like straight up like 500 feet. So I'm kind of tired right now. I'm going to take a break. But at least I got a good view. I mean, that's really pretty. I don't know if you can see it. The camera is not HDR, but man, it's really pretty over there. I'm almost at the snow line. I guess maybe if I went up 2,000 feet, I'd be at the snow line. So I'm probably at 6,000 or so right now. But looks good. Well, I'm trying to get the fire started. I'm about 7,000 feet or so, maybe 6,500. And everything is, as you can see, there's lots of snow on the ground. Everything's kind of damp, and I don't think it's gonna go up easily enough. But there's a trick. If you can get this stuff, I don't know what actual evergreen it's coming from, but this stuff is just filled with resin, and it goes up like a bomb. I'm going to light it and show you, but then I got to get the fire working. But it goes up pretty quickly. Watch that. See, look at that. Actually kind of put itself out, but even this stuff takes a little bit of time to get going because it's so gosh darn cold or wet out. You can see it kind of sputtering like that. That's because it's all the resin is in there. You have to be careful with it because it'll actually like catch on your... There, see, there it goes. Anyway, I gotta focus on this. But you can see it definitely explodes, it's just that it's so wet. Took me about an hour and a half to cook dinner. I just couldn't get a fire going. I had to look for... the melting snow took forever, it always does. I guess I just didn't underestimate how long it was going to take. But I'm done that, and it's about 6 o'clock. So from 4:30 to 6. Took an hour and a half. I'm tired now. Or excuse me, I was tired, but I feel, a little bit better. So I'm glad I took a break. But the cool thing is that now that I'm up higher, you can see there's more snow up here. So it should be cold tonight. I have a feeling it's going to get below freezing. But I'm prepped for it. I think I'm just going to get to camp, set up camp, and go to sleep. No fire, no more food, just go right to sleep. I may have just hit the snow line. It's about 2 inches here. But as you can see, it's pretty much all snow. I kind of hope not. But I guess we'll find out. I might have to whip out the GPS to figure out where the heck I am. Although, this is the south face, so I guess I'll get the other side, it'll be fine. But, super fun. Oh, this is interesting. I'm pretty sure this is a bear. For starters, the pacing is pretty close. It's a long time ago, though, because the trails are melted. So maybe this morning. But look, you can see that. There's that. Yeah, that's a bear, look. You can see the paw print. He's going the other way. And there's a deer there? Is that a deer? I think that's a deer. So there's a bear here and then there's a deer. My phone powered off before, but I was showing you some deer or bear footprints. There's some more just over here. I was going to show it to you, but there's some footprints down there. That's of a buck, I think. Prints are kind of close together. But I think it was also, you can see, let's see. I think those are deer. But over here, these are definitely bear. You can see part of that print. And there's another part of him. He's headed the other direction. There's more of his footprint. It must have been this morning because it's pretty melted over. There's another one. 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 More. He's headed the other direction. But, yeah, it's interesting that he can see the trail. He knows where the trail is, even though the snow's on it. And that's, I guess he feels that's the easiest way to go. That's fascinating. But yeah, you can see I'm definitely above the snow line now. There's a lot of snow up here. It's been coming in and out. I'm hoping that I can get, there's a clearing down there. Like if I wanted to set up my tent, I could just, or my hammock, I could just go down there. But, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll just find a clearing. Hopefully it's dry and set up. It was getting deeper. You can really see, you can even see the bottom of his pads in the snow. This is one of the advantages of coming up this high. My niece and I, Elisa, we saw some bear prints our first time coming out into the snow like this. And this is one of the advantages of coming out, is you can see all the animal life. It's, basically like a 12-hour record. 24-hour record. In the summer when it's not, or in the spring when it melts, the record goes away pretty quickly, but and I guess in the winter, there's more of them. I guess in the winter, if there's any record of footprints, it gets snowed over. But it'll be really interesting to have seen them. Well, this is going to be camp for tonight. I figured I'd record a video right before I go to sleep. You know, the light's going to go down, fade soon. But I only got about 45 minutes of light. This is the only flat area on the GPS. It's going to set it up right here. It's the only flat area on the GPS, really. And, you know, I'm flirting with a snow line, and I'd maybe like to have a fire tonight, but maybe not. Definitely would like to have the option for tomorrow morning, and there seems to be plenty of wood here and some kindling and stuff, so yeah, but it's got a great view too, so tomorrow morning should be really pretty. I don't know if you can see it between the trees, but the mountains are over there, and the edge of the mountain is just right there. So should be a good night. Hopefully it won't get too cold, but I have a feeling it's going to be well below freezing, but we'll see. So this is interesting. I don't know, it's about 3 a.m. and I woke up and I get snow. I hope it doesn't snow too much. It'll make tomorrow kind of complicated, but we'll see. Yeah. I got all the gear for it. I'm not really worried about it. I actually was planning on this. This is kind of fun, but oh man, it's really on the tarp. But it's kind of fun, but you know, rather it wasn't. All part of the adventure. Well, it's the next morning. I'm just waking up now, and this is kind of crazy. You're not going to believe this. There's at least 6 inches of snow. At least. Look at that. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Wow. Look, it's all in the tarp still. It's still coming down a little bit. And you can see it's over there. And the sky is still gray and, you know, snowy looking. The problem is going to be, how do I find the trail and get down and stuff like that. But I shouldn't be too bad. But I might have to completely change up the plan and double back and take a lower trail. I mean, the mileage I would have to go at the upper portion, I would have to be spending all my time trail finding. It would take me 5 days or something like that. So, and that's a little bit risky. Well, it's the next morning. I figure I'll show you guys my winter wonderland that I've got going here. It's at least 4 inches of snow. You can see it, you know, that's definitely about 4 inches. Maybe 5. Yeah, it was consistent. It literally snowed the entire night, and as soon as the sun came up, stopped snowing. So kind of fun for an adventure. But this was what I didn't like. My tarp got, unfortunately, completely inundated by the snow. I guess it's the pullouts, really. It's the pullouts that attract snow. I kept bashing it off during the night, but, you know, I guess I didn't get all of it, unfortunately. So, but the good thing is I still got a pretty good, sizable amount of firewood, and I got my food now. And so I'm going to clear this off, clean up the tarp, and then get a fire going, hopefully. I got enough firewood to get a fire going, and then I should be able to take this remaining branches and sustain it for probably an hour if I wanted to. I was thinking of hanging out here for an hour and kind of figuring out my plans. I can see the valley down there, so what I was thinking about was waiting and seeing what the tree line looks like, the snow line. And if it's too high or too low, I mean, if it's all snow, I might turn around. But if it's only up here, I might keep going just to get over the pass and then try to get down to the Silver City. But I'm not sure. I got a lot of new gear here, and yeah, I don't know. It's still kind of up for debate. But I want to get some breakfast in me, and then I can figure out what my plan's going to be. So that's my goal for this morning. And I start clearing this off. Well, I just had breakfast. It took me, I don't know, a while because I had to melt snow. That takes forever. It's just such a pain. It takes an hour to melt snow and then boil it. But I had like double oatmeal, double hot chocolate. I expect today's gonna be kind of rough. I'm thinking of packing it out, or at least staging to get out. It's warming up already. It's, I don't know. Oh, it's 50 degrees. Like maybe 48, something like that. But, so I think it'll probably get 50, 60 today. Which is interesting. I'm wondering if that stuff down there is going to melt off. I'm not sure. I hope it does. But, you can see my tarp, all the water has already melted off, and the snow is already melting off the trees. It's been falling and dumping on my head, actually. I gotta be careful. But it's not that much. But it just doesn't feel good. Last night was really warm. I mean, I tightened the tarp down really tight. Everything was just really secure. Nothing came undone except for it got a little bit, the snow got stuck on the tarp. I think next time what I'll do is I'll put it at a tighter angle if I think it's going to snow. When I woke up, I thought it was raining. I kept hearing it drizzle a little bit, hitting the tarp, and then I was like, okay. So I kept going back to sleep, and I had to get up in the middle. I couldn't fall asleep, and I had to get up and get something out of my pack. And sure enough, there's snow on the ground. It completely took me by surprise. And I'm still testing out my gear, so I'm a little bit worried that something will fail. So I was nervous the whole night, and I kept having these. When I'm in the mountains, I always have these vivid dreams, and I kept having these vivid dreams. It was the kind of dreams like in the movie where you wake up in the dream, but you're still, so I was dreaming about like the tarp ripping, and I had a dream that like the wind came and ripped the tarp off, and I had to jump up out of bed, and it was getting my pack wet, and, I just kept, and then I would wake up, but I would be in my dream again. And it was just bizarre. I'm not sure why I sleep so much like that out here. I wish I slept like that in the wilderness. Or at home, I slept like 12 hours last night. 10 hours, and much deeper, with much more vivid dreams. But when I'm at home, I have trouble sleeping, and as out here, I can actually sleep really, really well. It might be all the cardio, but I also think it might be the altitude. I guess one experiment is I could just drive up here one night and sleep, and see how I sleep that night. And I think I do. I think I've done that before, and I've had pretty vivid dreams. So I guess now I'm going to pack up, and I'm going to try to head down, and then maybe do a little loop to get some new parts of the trail. But I think I should head out, mostly because I'm unsure about my gear, and I don't want to be, very far away and realize that my gear is not holding up and having to come all the way back. I'd rather just screw around, maybe a few miles from the car and then head back. Plus, I can't have a fire now. I didn't pack a gas stove. I didn't think it was going to snow like this, and unfortunately the weather shifted around on me. It wasn't supposed to rain down here, but it's okay. I'm reasonably safe here, so that was fun. Okay, finally about to disembark and leave camp for good. It's a nice little home for the night. Got my pack all ready to go and pretty much all set. You can see the snow melting off the tree. It's about 40 degrees out, so not too cold. I took most of my stuff off. I only have my down pants on. Took my jacket off. There's the cloud up there. About to break camp. I just realized that I'm filling up my SD card. So I'll try to make the video short, I guess. Or get another SD card. But it's about 40 degrees. Not too bad. So we'll see. The clouds are out. Still looks pretty nice. I think it'll probably get up to 50 or 60 today. I'm sure the snow will bring it down a few. But gorgeous day out. I'm about 5 minutes in. You can see it's so beautiful here. Just amazing. Now I get to start going down, which is going to be the challenge. And then there's a river down there. But this is how to track during when you're not sure if you're on the trail. You can just look for the cut logs. There's one down there too. Alright, well I'm freezing. My hands are cold. I'm on the trail and I'm trying to figure out what the heck these prints are. And I'm pretty sure it was a bear. And I'm pretty sure it's running. Because you can see it's a smaller print. You can almost kind of even see the claws there. but then I guess it treed. It went up the tree. But I don't see it. I must have came back down. I must have been scared of something because you can see it like hit right there. And then, or a squirrel maybe. That is weird. There's so many footprints out here. Oh no, you know what? It's down there. It went down there. And then it must have gone up. Must be a squirrel or something. But it's weird that there's marks. Crazy. So I got down the hill okay. That was the biggest part I was worried about. If you can see in the background, the sun is actually kicking up and warming the trees, and the water is all melting off as if it was rain. I actually have to be a little bit careful with my phone. But these are the three sequoias from yesterday. You know, the one with the dead one in the center. And then I'm down by the river where I was yesterday. Really pretty here. I wish I could have be taking the full tour, but I don't. It doesn't look like it's going to be in the cards for today. I'd rather just be safe. But yeah, it's really gorgeous out. Completely different scene than just yesterday. When just yesterday was spring and now it's winter again. But I don't imagine the snow will stick around for more than a week. But still, I mean, the Sierra Nevadas are just completely unpredictable. Look at that tree. This is actually a first. Do you remember that down sequoia I was telling you about, the one you could walk in? Well, that's why I'm back at it, because I'm doubling up my tracks and I came back. But it's the perfect spot to take a break because for all intents and purposes it's raining out, and look at that, it's just dumping on me. And I figure I'll just let it do its thing for half an hour. I gotta eat lunch anyway. It's completely wet out there, but there's tons of dry debris in here. And I'll get my wood-burning stove. I'm going to burn it in the entrance. I don't want to damage the tree at all, obviously. Put any smoke up there. But this is going to be a first. I mean, I'm going to be inside of a sequoia tree cooking my lunch. It's that's pretty cool. So hopefully it'll work because I don't have much fire starter. I got a little bit, but not a ton. But I think it will work. There's some garbage down there that I can use. Not a ton. I got a leaf. I got those pine needles over there. That should work. I got some toilet paper. Well, we'll see. Wish me luck. I got my ember lit going. I'm inside the sequoia still. I got the ember lit going. I'm trying to melt some snow, which is going to take forever. But I got time because I don't want to be out. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. It's like raining a second time, but not only that, look at that. It's just dumping all the snow that's in the trees is just falling out. So, look at that. It just hit there, right there. So you can see it's all falling in. And I'm underneath, fortunately, so I'm not getting hit, but I'm bombarded. But every once in a while, there'll just be like a boosh, or just like a massive chunk of snow will fall out of the sky. But I probably have to say that not many people have done this before. I've been stuck inside a dead sequoia. By the way, that's another sequoia. That's a pretty one. Stuck inside a dead sequoia, cooking on his ember lit stove. By the way, I'm going to take all the ashes and they're going to be outside, and I'll totally put all this stuff back. Leave no trace and all. No one will be able to see that anything was here. But, that's interesting. The side of my pan's on fire. That's just some ash or some resin. But, yeah, so you see that? That big dump? This is crazy. This is just, this is an insane day. I've never had anything like this before. Well, hopefully I'll get all this fire started and eat some lunch soon. Alright. More bear footprints. These look really fresh. You know, well, they're definitely from since last night. I imagine they're swollen a little bit because of the melting, but he's a big boy. I mean, this is a big bear. I mean, it's not grizzly or anything, but it's a black bear. He's probably still in the area. I don't know where he's at. He seemed to kind of stop right there. wonder if we went off that way or something. No, there's this other track. Oh, he went down there. Yeah, there's his footprints. So he went off that way. Somewhere. That's interesting. Oh, and you can actually see he might have a game trail over there. So, probably lives over there or something. That is awesome. So I finished up eating in the sequoia tree. We headed up the trail, and now I'm back to Red Meadow. I'm at that cabin from earlier again. You can see all the snow on the ground compared to yesterday. The trail is actually really, compared to this morning, it's totally open. I can see it now. I mean, all the water and the heat just really pushed down the snow. It's only about 2 or 3 inches now. And I'm going to dip another maybe 1,000 feet in here in another half an hour. So I imagine the snow will kind of end, and it's just a little brief winter wonderland. But very fun, very cool. So I guess it's back to civilization. Some of my gear isn't working out. My trekking poles broke. My pot broke. It's very hard to cook out here. But this is good. This was a good trip. I imagine this will be the last of the snow coming up here shortly. See the difference in tree line at this angle. Up here is where I was before, earlier in the morning. I mean, I was actually higher than that, but you can see there's much more snow on the ground, or on the trees, and in the ground. And then this middle area where it's kind of fallen off. And then look down here at the bottom, there's almost no snow. That's the north face. This is the south face, so there's even less over here. And I'm going down, so it's just going to get better or worse depending on how you look at it. This one. Look, there's a raccoon. Look at his little feetsies. Look at him. I'm pretty sure it is. Look at him, the little hands. Although now that I look at that position, if that is it just sitting there, maybe it's a rabbit. I'll have to look online. But I think it's a raccoon. Look at the paws. There's another part of it. There's some more. It's really amazing when you have the snow here. You can really see what's been going on. Snow is totally reasonable down here. Alright, I'm out. I found out where the snow line ends. It's right here. I just come around the bend and boom, there's no snow. All gone. Everything below that, where I am right now, that's snow. And then no snow. So I think that is the snow line. Right into there. I don't actually think it melted off. I think there was just no snow below this altitude. Maybe there's some right there. But when I came down here last night, it was 40 degrees. I was a little bit worried about my car, but it should be fine. I don't think there'll be any snow or anything down there by the trail. So, wow. This is really interesting. It was a fun little vacation. Dichotomy between where I am right now, a little bit of snow, but mostly, countryside, nothing serious. And then just up there, I don't know if you can see, but off in the distance, just a few thousand more feet up, winter wonderland up there. Totally nice down here. It's like 60. It's nice down here. I'm gonna take off my jacket. So I'm at my first campsite. I've got the Ember Lit set up. I didn't think I was gonna stay here tonight. I thought I was just gonna hike all the way out just because it was so wet. But it's actually not too bad. I bought these goggles, and they're supposed to seal. I thought they would, but they've got these little gaps, and it's just to protect against the smoke. It's definitely better, but I need a pair that completely seal because the smoke still gets to my eyes. It really bothers me. But one of the things I did was so wet that I just broke up a whole bunch of the twigs ahead of time and shoved them in my side pocket. And then when I got to camp, here's plenty of water here. But I was worried about, wet wood. And I also packed in a bunch of dry leaves too for kindling. and it worked. So I didn't think I'd be able to get a fire truck going tonight, but I did. I mean, literally everything was under 6 foot of snow in the morning, so to come to this is kind of unprecedented. It's the next morning. Got a nice view here, 360 degrees. Well, like 180, but whatever. But it's a nice morning. I don't know what time it is. My phone screwed up and it says it's like a week ago. So the time is all wrong, date's all wrong, so I don't know what time it is. That's really inconvenient. I guess that's one of the advantages of carrying a second form of time, like a watch or something. But I just have my phone, so. I know it's Monday morning though, I know that much. It's probably like 8 o'clock. I do this thing now where I get up out of camp and I just immediately break camp. I don't eat breakfast and I just eat on the trail. That way I can get hours in while it's really cold. But it's like 40 degrees or 35 or something like that out. It's pretty chilly. Definitely above freezing. You can see the frost. There's no frost and stuff. That's the first video this morning. It's about, I would say, 8 o'clock or so. My phone broke last night and it doesn't know what time it is. It thinks it's like 2 weeks ago and the time is wrong, so I have no idea what time it is. But I guess that's one of the advantages of actually having a watch. You can have a second form of timekeeping. But it's not too cold. It's like probably 40 out. I'm a bit chilly, but it's not, nothing too bad. And I guess I'm like 3 or 4 miles from the car. Alright, well, back to civilization. I don't know if you can see, but all the way down there is my car. Right around there, that little white dot right there. And you can see the power lines behind it. So this is just the last little trip. It's fun, very beautiful, crazy couple days, hell of an adventure. But fortunately it's back to reality. I guess there's one more surprise. The car is only like, I don't know, maybe 50 feet away, but I didn't get to see this last time, partly because I had my headlamp on. I didn't get to enjoy it, this waterfall. This is only 100 feet from the car. I don't think, there's this little pool, I don't think there are any trout in this water. I'm looking, I don't see anything. Some guys are fishing, I think. I don't think they had a chance. So, it's pretty though. Come up here. Yeah, that's gorgeous.